Hi everyone and welcome back to the Franknut Sewing Machines YouTube channel. I'm Lucy, the shop manager here, and we're going to have another more in-depth look at some of the new features of the Brother Luminaire XP1, which we've got set up here, taking up all the space upstairs. It's a massive machine, but it is great. What we're going to look at this video is through some of the embroidery features, some of the extra stippling features that we've got built in, and just different ways that we can import things from the My Design Centre as well, using some of the new features that are on the Luminaire. So once we get to our first screen here, I'm going to create a stamp first of all. So in there I'm going to go to the embroidery, but we'll also have a look at some of the designs as well that are built in, because we haven't actually covered those yet. There's loads of stuff built in because we do actually have the Disney in here as well, so we're able to have a look at some gorgeous Disney patterns. They've got limited editing capabilities. You can't mix them with other designs that are in the machine, but we've got some really lovely, like, kind of large scale ones. So see, that's like 30 by 25, so you know, really nicely sized designs. And you've got a good mixture. You've got cars, you've got Disney princesses, Winnie the Pooh, Alice in Wonderland as well, I've seen somewhere as well as some cool, like, kind of fill things as well, possibly used for quilting. Looks quite nice. If we return there, loads of more alphabets as well have been added in, plus some different kind of scale of the kind of monogramming fonts as well, these large scale fonts. So we've got this one's really nice. It's kind of very scripty, very fashionable, kind of ink pen style, lovely for like personalising projects. And then in the kind of main designs here, loads more detail, really highly detailed flowers and things here, and we're able to actually use the screen. We can, like as if you would on a phone, so we can see more of the designs, or keep the thumbnails much larger, and you can use that kind of across the machine when you're doing different things. Some really lovely detailed roses here. I mean, some of these are just got so much in them. So much detail, they really are beautiful. And then some of my favourite ones across the top here, and this is the one that we're going to create a stamp from, is this Zunt design. So I'm going to select this motif here, this flower, and I'm going to set that into my image here. So to create kind of an outline from here to take into the My Design Centre, I'm just going to go to the edit and the stamp button here. So this flower, I'm going to change that distance. This is like the applique kind of function, but you can use it in so many different ways, and we're going to use it to create kind of a negative space in order for us to do some decorative stitching around in the My Design Centre. So I'm going to increase that distance there to about 1.5 centimetres. Actually 1.4 will do. And I'm going to save that into our memory. So now it's going to, I'll be able to recall that from the pattern list. So if I then go to Home, and yeah, we're okay to delete that, and My Design Centre. I'm then going to bring it in. First of all, I'm going to set my hoop size. So there we go, into the stamps here. I'm going to set the hoop up to the one I've actually got on here, which is the 24 by 24, that one. And then I'm going to go back into there and select the flower again, the same motif in the embroidery section and the My Design Centre, and select the stamp that I've made. And there we go. So I've got that negative space there that we can then fill around as we wish, really. So now I'm going to use the paint and fill tools here. So I'm going to go to the fill, and we're going to select, because we've got some new options here. You've got the stippling, the standard stippling, and then in here we've got loads of different more decorative ones to select from as well. So we've got all sorts of beautiful things that would work around this, you know, some very art deco, jungle, floral based, all sorts. That one looks a bit like the Birmingham Library. But we're going to have a look at this one because it's got a really good feature that we can use to randomise it, and it's very interesting. It works with lots of different things. I'm going to select that one there for now. Change the colour as well to kind of a bluey green, because I think that's kind of the palette that we're going for. So now I just need to apply that to my selected area, because at the minute I've got the brush tool, so anything I brush will have that pattern on it. If I just undo that and go to the fill tool and select that area, it's then filled that space, leaving that negative area that we've selected with the stamp. we can then edit that. So if I go to next here, you see that it's transformed into like an actual stitch. There's lots of different options that we have. We can increase the size of the actual circles themselves, so make it a bigger scale, and I think for a kind of more contemporary look it works well at about 200%. That'll just apply that there. And the direction, we've got the outline actually on. You can turn that off as well to give that, let's show you what it looks like. So it means that there's none of the actual stitched outline is no longer there. But I think for this particular one it would look, oh, did I press the wrong one? I think it would look better with it on this one. So we're going to leave that one on. And then this is the randomizing section here, random shift it's called. So I'm going to increase that to its maximum capability. And as you can see, what it's done now is like transformed all of these circles randomly, and this looks like a really lovely kind of pebble effect. That you can see on screen there. Hopefully we'll be able to look at it clearer on the embroidery side as well once we pull it through. So basically then we're going to set that, and that's going to take us through into the embroidery screen. There we go. So we can then add back in our motif really, because we want to stitch it all out in one go. So I go into here and select our design and set that in. There we go, it's slotted right into place. With the colours on here, I think I'd like to kind of make some adjustments really. So I go to edit and adjustments here. I'm going to use the colour shuffling on this because it gives some really nice examples, especially with this kind of floral design. For it's just nice to show you as well. So if I choose the soft palette there. Oh, actually that's for the background. If I select, there we go. So if I select all of the colours, that's what I wanted to do, and then go to the colour shuffling. So it's got the whole design there, selected all of the colours for the for that particular flower, and then we can select something. If we go to refresh, it's then going to give us 9 more, and this has got, I think you can do this up to 12 times, to get a different kind of array of ideas and inspiration. That one's quite nice. That's lovely. Let's cancel that one because I've actually got a set of colours out, so I'm looking for that one. I think it's more like, let's see, so many options. I'm sure this has given me different ones to last time. Never mind. Okay. Let's go with that one there. Something a bit bold, a bit different. That would work well on the kind of colour that we've got here as well. See, I think these colours are going to work really well with the fabric that we've got down here. So, but we can adjust them as we go along. We can do all sorts. So I'm actually going to, because I've got a couple of these colours, I'm going to set them as well as I can, but due to our limited stocks of what we have. But let's we can transform them as much as possible. So I think for that one, if we go for the paler blue that we've got here, so that's a nice chord 384. Okay, so that's that one. 3840, sorry. Wrong ones. There we go, that's better. Okay. And then for this one as well, so that's the centre part, we'll use this one here. Oh, actually, no, we'll go for that one again. Go with 3631. So we're just getting a more kind of true to as much as possible. So then there's the dark purple we'll actually use. Go with this one. 0124. And then there we're going to use just kind of a brother pink, but that's fine. So that's kind of a more accurate representation of what we're going to be getting on our material. And we can then use our amazing, if we go to embroidery, we can have a look at the projection as well and see how this transforms onto our fabric. So I'm just going to move this around and then I'll be able to see different parts of the design as displayed. And again, I'm going to change the colours of the background in order to get, there we go, so I can see my actual stippling on the outline as well there. I can see all my lovely pebbles that are going to be on there too. Cool. Okay, that's the centre of the design. Okay. And so once we're happy with kind of the actual layout and everything, we are ready to stitch. It'll be a case of just threading up the first colour. So it's going to go with the pale blue first, because everything's obviously displayed at the very top. You've got all of the order of how it's going to stitch, so that's really helpful. Thread trimmer, there we are. And then we can do foot down and it's ready to go. To come to the end of our embroidery on that one. That was a bit of a long one, but it was worth it, I think. Let's have a look at it out in the open. Yes, this has come up beautifully. So we've got our stippled pebbles that we did using the random shift option, and perfectly outlining the gorgeous Zunt design on there. You can really tell the quality of these built-in designs. It's absolutely amazing. The thread, everything, just the understitching, everything's just made to make it, you know, really lovely design. Really pleased with that. So yeah, that's kind of just showcasing again some of the things. Really, this is built for your imagination. There's so much you could do with this. I mean, another way you could have stitched this out is actually do the flower first and then rehoop it onto some wadding and then do that as like a quilting kind of example, or just using it as this kind, in these kind of squares, and then doing something afterwards with it. You know, I'm sure you've got some much better ideas than I have on how to make the most of these features. So let us hear about them, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, so then you'll be notified of any more videos that we do. You'll get it direct to your inbox then, and it's easy to keep up with everything that we're up to here in store. And yes, come down and have a demonstration obviously as well. We'd love to see you soon. So bye for now, and yeah, hope you found this useful. See you soon. Bye bye.